Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is the Bat Châtillon 155-58. It's the Tier 10 French SPG. This one is located on the south spawn of Prokhorovka, and it's under the command of Ohforfoxache of the W0P clan. And he's got the gun lane drive, extra hardening, and the alternative configuration. In fact, I think is it the extra hardening? I think it's the extra lining, the spall liner. That's it. Okay, the 155mm howitzer. It's capable of doing 680 alpha and penetrating 48mm of armor. It's got a burst radius of 7 meters and a stun duration of 12.5 to 27 seconds. But what's important about it is it's an autoloader, and we can see the enemy already, even at this distance, an ELC, and he's just been completely wrecked by a CC1 Mark II. And we're also looking at a Wizzy 111 GFT. We're loaded now, rounds out straight away, and a direct hit on the Wizzy. So very fast shots. He had the gun lined up already. As he was driving along, he was turning the gun to face where he knew the first target was going to be coming from. He's now got a Borsig, and he wipes him out with one round. Excellent shot. Going for the Toro this time. Loaded. Rounds out. The Toro manages to pull back just in time to avoid any further damage. But now he's got the long reload. The standard reload for this Arty is actually 49.86 seconds. And he's got 48.75. Nice targets in sight. 10 seconds between each intra-clip reload. It's a long wait, but once you actually get shooting at the enemy, it's a lot of fun. Saying 1.5 seconds there, but it is 10 seconds in the book. Used to be 4 shots in each load, but of course that was just too much for some players to cope with, and so they reduced the load. Now he's trying to line up that Kampfpanzer, but he changed course in such a way as to avoid fire. That's a note that you should take if you are a medium tank driver. If you do that, don't drive in a straight line. Drive in a circle or a curve. Otherwise, you just make it easier for Arty to line you up. Now, although some might say I'm letting down Arty by saying that and explaining that trick, but the fact of the matter is, it's standard practice for any player. If you want to avoid getting hit, you have to not act predictably, and a lot of players will act predictably, and that's how they get hit. Arty players don't cheat. They're very good at observing what the enemy's doing and then working out what they're going to do next. Okay, you can see our guys have actually gone all the way up to the top on the east side of the map, and now the enemy realizes they're in great trouble because we're up at the railway line crossing, and we're now shooting into the enemy rear. That MBTB is almost having to turn around and shoot back at his own end. It was a lovely hit there, 107 hit points because it hit the frontal armor, but it has stunned the MBTB, and now he's turned his rear to us again. And in fact, you can see the enemy team are now trying to retreat back to try and stop our guys from crossing over, and that will give our guys down on this end the chance to move up and start pushing the enemy at the center line. Well, the enemy's just taken out our Panzer 58. And our Progetto 66 just took a massive hit. And that might have included that Badger we can just see. We're waiting for the next load to go in. And we're loaded. Rounds out, trying to go for the Badger. Stunned him and slowed him down. And we've lost the tanks that attacked on the east side. Going for the Badger again. Rounds out. Nearby, but not close enough to get massive damage. Okay, can't see the others now. We've lost sight of the enemy except for the 7032 and the RU251. The AMX 1390 on our team is the only one who actually has moved far enough north that he's spotting for the team, and he is getting damage because the 7032 122 just got wiped out by our Borsig, and our Borsig is way back, almost behind the center line. Here's the Toro. It's still loading, so we can't get a shot at it at the moment, but it's worth watching what the enemy's up to, following them, and seeing if they make mistakes and if they do it on a regular basis. That way you can work out if you can shoot them. I can see that Ohforfoxache actually does do the same thing that I do. He watches them just to get an idea of what they're doing. That is the ideal situation. He's looking as well at the moment for trees to go down, and that would give him a clue as to where the enemy is. And there's that Wizzy 111 GFT, the one that we saw right at the start. He fires around in, and it was close enough to get damage. Next shell going in. Ohforfoxache is keeping up the pressure. As you know, I always say, keep your barrel hot. That is, pumping out shells as fast as you possibly can on the enemy. And that was a good one. Oh, that was a good one. We lost our AMX 30, but the enemy just lost their RU251, and they didn't need to lose that one. The scores are now even. We've got one shell left. But look at the positioning. It's actually very good for us because most of our guys are up at the center line, and theirs are actually well behind it. Okay, going for the T30. Direct hit! 212. We just saw where the enemy Arty is located. He's in the conventional position. There is one problem we've got, and I don't know if you spotted it. The MBTB that was up at the center line, he retreated to the railway crossing, and he hasn't been seen since. There's the possibility that he is actually now coming all the way down to the south by the east side of the map and could suddenly pop up near our cap area as he's trying to get at us, because of course he had several hits by us and he might want to get revenge. The enemy's starting to feel the pressure. They're down to just 6 tanks remaining. He's looking exactly in the position where the enemy Arty was last seen. I think he might have moved though. I thought I just saw Tracer coming out from the trees slightly to the left. Not there, a bit further over, about 2 or 3, or more than 2 or 3, about 5 centimeters to the left on the screen. And that MBTB has not been seen, but our 279 early is making his way to the crossing. Now, if he is not there, I would be very, very worried that the MBTB is actually somewhere in the south. He is there, so that's good news. He's just been spotted, proxy spotted by the 279. There's nothing he can do, but we just fired a round in. That tells him that, yes, we're paying attention to him. And the 279 early also knows that now. So if we can put a round into that guy, that will really upset him. He's stunned again. Oh, our 279 early is taking hits from their GWE 900. That was another good hit for 109. The MBTB is starting to feel the pressure. Of course, now he knows that he is in reload, or we're in reload. (279E) staying on the other side for the moment, but the MBT is now a one-shot for us. The next time we fire in, if he stays close to that wreck, he will be wiped out. And I don't think he wants to leave that wreck because our Grilla 15 keeps firing occasionally, and he got him. Yeah, I did say I could see that happening, the Grilla 15. And that means that there's only 5 enemies left, and they're all in this area. And that was a direct hit that just went in there. There was no explosion when he fired that shell in, so obviously he did strike something. And we saw another tree go down at the back here, so again, This indicates that something is there, and it is the SU-130 PM. Rounds out. Oh, and he goes down to the CC-1 Mark II before our shell arrives, but it might have done some damage. We didn't see any damage from that shot, but if the CC-1 Mark II hadn't killed the SU-130 PM, I'm pretty sure we would have got some. Okay, so then GWE-100 is somewhere on the back row in grid squares A1 or A2. He'll want to be as far away from our tanks as he can possibly get, and he knows they're close now. In fact, we just saw him, and he's a little further back. He's behind the tree. No, a bit further over to the left. About 2 centimeters away from that position. About 2 centimeters. Not that spot there. No, he's behind the other bush, the other side of the road. That's it. Okay, a bit further back, a bit further up. The Badger's suddenly come into sight. We can certainly get some hit points off him. He's unloading his gun. Rounds out. Direct hit, good shot. 40 hit points, but it's the stun that will actually help us. Okay, we lost our 279E. We're 2 up on the enemy. They've only got 4 tanks left now. The problem for the GWE-100 is that our guys are now so close that if he fires, he will give away his position straight away, and then we'll be on him if we're loaded. We're not loaded yet. Yes, he's around about that spot, just behind that tree there. He's using the tree line and the bushes for cover. But the moment he shoots, he will be spotted, because our guys are just too close. And he can't move about without getting seen. So he's stuck there now. If you fire 1 round in, it might prompt him to move. He's still got plenty of ammo. 15 rounds. There he is. Just where I said he would be. Oh, what a shot! That's a kill. Second kill for Ohforfoxache. Nicely done. He knew it, he was reading my mind as well. He had it in mind. Or I was reading his mind anyway. Okay, now he's got a target. Let's see it. Let it rip. Rounds out. 2 tanks together. Oh! And he did get damage, and he got damage assist. There's still 2 enemies out there, but they won't be there for long. The Badger's about to go down. He's a one-shot. If you get the chance, fire an Arty round at the Badger. With 90 hit points, you will probably pick up a kill. The Wizzy, he's got a few more hit points. Oh, he just killed the concept. I think, oh, and the Badger just killed our Tortoise as well. Here we go, almost ready. The Badger's gone. So it's now just the Wizzy 111. Rounds out. And that was a direct hit. So the next shot could be a kill shot if he gets it on target. Rounds out. Got 1 more shell left. Here comes the gorilla. He's trying to get close. Waiting until somebody spots him. The Borsig's coming in from one direction. The gorilla's ready. The moment they spot them. And there he is. Rounds out. Here we go. Direct hit. 220. He's stunned. He's paralyzed. He's now... he's being mobbed. And that's the end of the game. What a great game that was. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was an ace tanker game for Ohforfoxache of the W0P clan in the Bat Châtillon 155-58. Congratulations. He got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 12 in that one. And he got a Confederate for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. At least 6 tanks subsequently taken out by other teammates. In fact, you can see how many enemy tanks he did strike in that game, even after getting 2 kills as well. So very well played. Let's have a look at team score. Well, we can see that the highest damage in this game actually went to the GWE100 on the enemy team. He got 4,219 hit points of damage out of that one with his 21cm gun. Second highest damage went to the Gorilla 15 with 3,840. And the third highest damage, well, that went to the Contra Caro, who managed to get 3,614 hit points. When it came to Ohforfoxache, he got 3,348. He was only beaten by 2 members of the enemy team and 3 on his own team, which makes him 6th place when it comes to damage. When it came to kills, though, you can see that the Contra Caro got 3 kills, so did the Concept 1B, and so did the Wizzy 111G FT, so they all share top space. 2 kills went to Ohforfoxache, the Borsig, and on the enemy team, their MBTB, and that seems to be a very OP tank, that one, the MBTB. I'm seeing that appear at the top of the table on quite a few games now. And when it comes to base XP, we can see it's the Concept 1B. It's the only one who managed to get over 1,000 base. He got 1,011. Then we've got Ohforfoxache with 979. And in third place, we've got the Object 279 who managed 929. So let's have a look at detail. He fired 27 rounds in this game. He was pumping them out as fast as he could. 10 direct hits, 1 penetrating shot, and 27 splash. 3,348 hit points of damage, all of it at more than 300 meters. Can we tell which one he actually got the penetrating shot on? Well, it was the Borsig. Look at that. He fired that one in at Borsig, definitely got a pen on him and took him out of the game altogether. He also got 11 enemy vehicles damaged, 2 kills, so that's a 9 difference. So it would have been difficult for any other tank to beat him because that's such a large number of enemy tanks hit by him and subsequently taken out by teammates. 1,625 hit points of stun assist off 26 stuns. Yay, of 27 shots, 26 stuns. That's very good going. And he also picked up 69,427 credits on a premium count, including a personal mission payout of 40,000 and 7,345 experience points out of that one as well. So yes, a very nice game for Ohforfoxache of the W0P clan. I saw this one and I said, why isn't there a replay that I can use so I can make this battle and put it onto a video? Because I could see it on the What Arty Noobs channel on Facebook, but there was no replay attached to it. So Ohforfoxache went away, found it, and sent it to me so I could get this replay. And I'm sure you can appreciate that this is a good battle. So he kept pumping those shells out, and it was having a toll on the enemy. Even turned his turret right from the very start to face the enemy so he could get a shot off the moment the enemy was spotted. And he did. He got a hit the moment the shell went out the tube. Very well done. Hope you enjoyed that game. If you did, please give this video a like. And thank you for watching.